It is shocking and shocking and shocking. What has never happened is happening. The eyes of Nigerians are opening beyond tribal and religious sentiments. Gone are the days whereby a religious leader or leaders will come and tell you that this is wrong, whereby they are the ones that are wrong. We know that in the north, during Buhari's 8 years, the northerners said protest is haram. It is abomination to protest. But what happened in the mosques at Juma service? The Imam was telling people that protest is haram, but all of a sudden, they were murmuring. Imagine, they were murmuring and telling the Imam that no, we must protest. We must protest. This is not happening in the southwest. This is happening in the core north. People are rising against their Imams, telling them that protest is haram. There are so many interpretations to that. I'm not a Muslim, but I know that religion has become a tool that is being used against the Nigerian people to come out and protest. Now, hunger is not a respecter of tribe, religion, or race, or political affiliation. Hunger beats everybody. Religion will not take hunger away. Religion will not give you good roads. Religion will not give you electricity. Religion will not give you constant power supply. Religion will not give you health care. Over the years, our imams, our pastors have been using religion to oppress us, working our emotions and psyche. So the protest in the mosques today, the protest in the mosque is a milestone, something that has never happened before. You'll be surprised that the people that went for Juma service protested against the Imam, said we must protest. We must protest. It is our right. We are tired of all these games that these religious leaders are playing. We must protest. We are so religious with so much corruption. We are so religious with so much backwardness. Are we sure we are practicing religion? No, we're not practicing religion. We're having people that are being used by the government to cower the people, to bring the people down and make sure these people don't come out and stand against this tyranny of a democracy led by leaders without conscience. The protest is going to start from the north. I'm very happy that those that said protest is haram are the ones standing up to the occasion. Now, other imams are also speaking against this government, the Tinubu government, and telling their people go and protest. You see, that particular imam that was trying to cower the people, was trying to cajole the people not to rise up, will be ashamed of himself, will lose his respect, will lose his honor, because he has not spoken according to what God has designed for mankind. God wants mankind to prosper, but when there's a regime, where there's a government that is impoverishing the people intentionally, and there's a man of God, there's an imam that is telling people, don't tell these people the truth, don't go out to protest, that means you are not speaking the voice of God. So the eyes of people, this hunger has opened the eyes of the people. Imagine, over the years, the North has declined from protesting. The North had declined from protesting. They only protest when it has to do with religious issues, when it has to do with Sharia, or somebody abuses Muhammad, or there's a political whatever that is being ganged up by their politicians. The scale is falling off their eyes, and they are becoming wise and wise and wise. Shame to all imams, shame to all pastors that will not tell their people, their church members, their congregation at the mosque the truth. It is a brave one for people to stand against these religious leaders. At the mosque, people were surprised. Some other groups wanted to calm the situation down. That's what we do in Nigeria. When a group stands up to do something according to the constitution that is right, there's another group that will want to bring them down. They want to diffuse their action. Like what happened during the NSAS. People were protesting. It was getting to almost 21 days. It was becoming hotter and hotter. These people had to send men into their midst to diffuse that protest, to make the protest look nonchalant. They use celebrities. You saw Davido championing a protest, going to meet the IG of police. People that were not part of the protest in the first place, they were used to diffuse. So in the mosques, there are some people that wanted to raise their voice, but the voices that were angry and frustrated became much more higher than the voices that wanted to bring them down, that wanted to shut them down. Nigerians will get to a point whereby we have the Kenyan revolution, even much more than the Kenyan revolution. And it's going to start from those that are blind. Many Nigerians are blind. They don't know that. You see what is happening in Kenya? All the demands of Kenyans were given to them because they know the essence of protest. They know the essence of not backing down. For instance, if there's a protest and the policeman comes and shoots one bullet, you see how people will scamper and run away. That protest has been defeated. Don't you watch the Kenyans? You know, people, when you do something over and over again, when you become stupid, when you become foolish over and over again, it becomes a normal thing to be stupid, a normal thing to be ignorant, a normal thing to be a coward. When you do something over and over again, it becomes a norm. So Nigerians think that peaceful protests, the way they are going about their own daily activities, their own kind of protests, when they come on Twitter, on social media, and start saying all sorts, would touch this government to do what is right. They believe that nobody has to die. Nobody has to sacrifice anything. They picked the bodies of 6 female Kenyans. They found the body in a dump site where the police committing all sorts of atrocities. The police that is tagged, your friend, killed 6 female Kenyans, young people, and dumped them in a dustbin. They found them and they brought it out. When they made that findings, nobody decided to play politics. Nobody decided to say, this is this or this is that. That is this, like what we did in the NSAS. People that are working against Nigerian development. People that are working against the destiny of the biggest black African nation will come out and say it is a lie. There was no killing. Where are the blood? Where are the bodies? After they take the... You see, Nigeria, the judgment that is going to come on Nigerian politicians and those that are aiding politicians is going to be enormous. You don't believe there's judgment, but you believe that there's a cause and action. When you do something, there's a repercussion. So you believe that if you do wrong, you do what is wrong, there will be no repercussion because you are getting one or two things. You are becoming... See, the IG of police in Kenya resigned as a result of that finding. The people insisted, stood their ground, willing to die and give their lives. The religious leaders in Kenya were in support. They said, move on our children. They even had to give them expo. They told them that, don't mind these people, they are manipulative. Oh. Don't mind them, they are manipulative. Don't give up. As much as we have Nigerian politicians that are manipulative, they come and laugh with you, they go at the back, they destroy your destiny without mercy. So it is a good one that religion is becoming weak while the people are becoming strong. Yes, at the mosque, let's begin to speak up and speak up for what is right. Even in the church, you see, it is very hard and difficult for you to confront your religious leaders because there's a kind of code of conduct that is put the black man down with religion. You can't think, you can't do, you can't. There was a religious leader in Nigeria, in the north, that said DNA tests is wrong, is not real. DNA tests, a religious leader. If there are no findings, if there are no scientists that have done such findings, people just believe the religious leader. And they will not want you to question them. When they tell you something, they cannot be questioned. Even if they are wrong, they want you to beg and lie down for them and tell them that they are wrong. That is what they want to do. This has kept Nigerians under. We have seen religious leaders coming out to protest during Jonathan's regime. Some people were just tweeting saying, no, he did not protest during Jonathan's regime. He protested. He did not do this one. That was a walk. That was a prayer walk. Turning English up and down. You came out and staged a walk against the killings. Is that not protest? Some pastors came out at the Ojota and protested. But now they are not coming out to show the caliber of persons that have exalted themselves on the religious platform in Nigeria. The caliber of persons. Imams would deliberately, whether it is because of ignorance, whether because of hypocrisy, because of money, because of alliance with these evil politicians, suppress their members with all sort of codes and conduct, not to stand against evil people in the government. Somebody say in Islam, protest is haram. But are we running an Islamic country? Are we running an Islamic country? Let's not go into Islamic faith. That's a different thing. Are we running an Islamic caliphate? No, this is a secular country. In a secular country, protest is not haram. Even the North has been playing smart during the Buhari years. They play smart and they don't want anybody to protest. So they want to now protest under Tinubu's regime. I'm trying to highlight the fact that the Imams are waking up in the North. And this act by them instructing their people go and protest is a good one. And it must be emulated. These people need to do right. The leadership, the government needs to do what is right. You cannot just go and hold placards and stand from the 1st of August to the 10th of August to get these guys to do something. You must do something that must make sure they are being shaken. You shake them to their bones and marrow. That is how the list. Can't you see what happened in Kenya? Over the years, we have been having peaceful protests. At the end of the day, nothing changes. Except it's going to affect the upper class. Whatever we are protesting against, if it's going to affect the upper class, the upper chamber, the senior men, the higher class, if it's going to affect them, then there will be a change. But if it's only affecting the masses majorly, forget it. Peaceful protest, they have not listened to Nigerians through peaceful protest. And some people that are calling, don't protest in Lagos, don't destroy infrastructures in Lagos, don't do this, don't do that. During the NSAS, when they started killing, that was when people went berserk. Nobody just woke up one morning and started destroying facilities, destroying infrastructure. Nobody wants to do that because these are public infrastructures that people use, helpful to the people. If you destroy it, at the end of the day, it is through the funds, the revenue, the government that is not trusted, that is not accountable for anything, is going to use to replace those infrastructures. So the people are at loss. But when people come out to protest and military officers fire and kill protesters, what do you expect? With the hunger, with the everything, there should be rage. You need to understand. The reason why you saw those destruction is because the police, the army, started harming peaceful protesters. They started harming them. That's why you saw what happened during the NSAS. So we know the games that the Yoruba Ronu people are playing. I know there's a difference between Yoruba conservative and the Yoruba nation. So the Yoruba conservative and the Yoruba Ronu, they are the ones that are playing all sort of psychological games in the minds of people, telling people not to come out to protest in Lagos. There will be a protest in Lagos, and there's nothing you can do about it. It is just, if you want to start a physical confrontation, you can come out and start that physical confrontation. Let's see you. I am not in support of it. I am not in support of protests. You know why? Because Nigerians don't have the liver to stand to the end, to take back what belongs to them. So I'm not saying it because of I have an interest. I don't have an interest in any of your protests that is going to happen until I see some deliberate actions by some institutions of government, by religious institutions, and other well-meaning people in the society coming together, having a front to support the youths. If not, it is going to be futile. The Kenyan judiciary supported the youth. The Kenyan army supported the youth. That's why they succeeded. But this one, all our ministries have been captured. Legislature have been captured. Judiciary have been captured. Even the military have been captured a long time ago. They are not on your side. The bosses, maybe the ones that are the foot soldiers, they might be on the side of the people because they are bearing, the hunger is hitting hard on them. I was going to somewhere today. I was on a bike. I just held my power bank and phone. I had my phone and power bank. What happened? The police saw the bike, just stopped the bike. The policeman, he started asking, anything for your boy? I looked at the policeman and looked at how unkept he was, how frustrated he might have been. They wish that things could change. You understand? In Nigeria, the police force have been bought, EFCC, NDLEA, all of them have been bought because there's a command and control. So the people at the helm of affairs are the ones that have been bought. The same way you saw a religious leader trying to control the people not to protest, being influenced maybe by one politician or one political interest. One politician or one political interest. That is what. These people need to come and support the youth. If not, all this protest that is being clamored to be going on might not get to. And again, Nigerians are mostly cowards. Nobody wants to die. If you want to get something the way as bad as it is in Nigeria, somebody must be willing to sacrifice his life for the betterment of his children. Somebody must be willing to sacrifice his life for the betterment of his children. If you are going out to protest and you are afraid to die, you are not ready for change. If you are going out to protest and you are so cautious that when any mosquito that bites, you run away. You saw the Kenyans. This is an example of protest. This is not how protest is being done over the years in the world, in history. Even the Ghanaian means of this world, they were ready to go to prison. They will prepare their whatever, what they need to go into prison. That was in the military regime. They were fearless. But an average Nigerian is that when you use, even the police can use cane, bulala, and stop the protest because of how God is going to help Nigerians. And again, you are demonizing a tribe. You are telling a tribe, they are this, they are that, they are that. Don't do this, go back to your that. And those people that need to speak, because I know the people that are doing this thing, they are very minute. They are insignificant in Yoruba land. The so-called Yoruba, they are insignificant. I hope this protest will spring up from the north so that we can check something. Let it spring up from the north. Let them tell truth to these imams that are being used by the government, that have political interests, that are affiliated with politicians, that want to suppress the people with religion. Let them be confronted. Let the protest start from the mosque, start from the church, start from our institutions, and then we will have a protest that is meaningful. Not all this one we are doing and trying to count scores and do this and do that. This generation that we have, I don't think that they can pull off anything. I don't think they can pull off anything. Shallow-minded without substance. All they know is shine, shine, shine. Fantasy, cruise. Nothing. I'm not talking to the little percentage that know what they are doing. You might be angry, but you know, when we look at having a pass mark, you need to look at the percentage. The higher percentage, 80, 85, 90% of youths are useless to the society, are useless to bring change to Nigeria. Everybody is pursuing fantasy, everybody is cruising, and everybody is going nowhere. I pray that there's a protest that will make sure Nigeria come into terms and understand that we are not one. We need to go our separate ways. Oduduwa, Biafra, and Arewa, and not Wazobia.